Hello guys, in this video we will be talking about enterprise resource planning, which is also sometimes called ERP. So what is ERP? It is a system that many organizations use to manage their day-to-day business process and functions. This is ERP, the planning, and this planning and this management is done by using a special kind of software called ERP software. And this ERP software is not a very simple single software but a suite of application software. Okay, so if you say ERP software, then we are talking about the application, the software application. If you say only ERP, then we are talking about the process of planning. But nowadays people also use the term ERP, only ERP, to mean ERP software. So though there is a technical difference between ERP and ERP software, nowadays these two terms are used synonymously also sometimes. So the main function, the main work that ERP does is it integrates the data, from all the departments in the organization into a central database, and this integration of data streamlines the business process. That is, it makes the business process faster and smoother, and it makes data sharing much easier. So why do organizations use ERP? Is there a necessity to use it, or it is just an optional thing to use? Let's understand this by seeing an example. So let's see a very typical business process that almost all the enterprise that sells something has to go through. So let's see our Mr. John, who is a customer, and Mr. John is a customer to our imaginary company, Dhangadi Unicorn Enterprises. This is our fictional company, and Mr. John makes an order to this company, and obviously he is going to make an order to the sales department, and sales department receives the order. What happens next? Sales department checks if the products that he is ordering, Mr. John is ordering, are available in our inventory, in the company's inventory. If it is available, then it's fine, then it's perfect. Then the sales department gets back to our customer, Mr. John. But this is not always the case. In some cases the products are not available. In such case, if the product is not available in the inventory, the sales team has to then talk to the production department that this order has come and we don't have this product. Can you manufacture this product? How long is it going to take? So the production department, if it already has the raw materials, then it is fine. Otherwise, it has to contact the purchase department for procuring the raw materials. Okay, so production department now talks to finance and purchase department. Now they are working together to procure the raw materials so that they can fulfill the requirement of Mr. John, who is right now very unhappy. So the purchase and finance departments, they now work together to procure the raw materials. They procure the raw materials here, and now they got back to the production department. Okay, so as the purchase department makes the raw materials available. Now production department manufactures the product and sends it to inventory department. Now inventory gets back to the sales department. Now sales department, you can see the green arrows, the process is happening, and now sales department fulfills the order of Mr. John. Now from inventory to sales to Mr. John. So as you saw in this process, this is very complicated. Yeah, first Mr. John makes an order here, then sales goes to inventory, inventory goes to production, production again has to contact finance department, purchase department, again they are going to make an order to vendor, and again vendor is sending the raw materials. So the process, this process, if the data is not in a central place, if the data is not being updated in real time, then this process is going to be very complicated, and this is going to take a very long time just for sharing the data. So as we saw with this approach, some of the problems are the customer satisfaction is low. Obviously Mr. John is not very happy due to the delay that happened. And why this delay happened? Because one department is talking to another, another is talking to another, and so on. This communication, the delay in communication is delaying the overall process. So Mr. John may even consider cancelling his order in some cases. So the cost of the business process is higher here due to the manual communication and frequent communication among different departments. And there are also chances of inconsistent and duplicated data. That means one department has read the data, some old data, and made an assumption that some products are available, but in actual the products are not available. It is only that the production department has not updated the data, or that data did not reach sales department or inventory department in real time. So in such cases there are chances of inconsistent and duplicated data. So now let's see another scenario where Dhangadi Unicorn Enterprises became smarter and they thought of using an ERP. And in an ERP there is shared and integrated database. So now let's see this diagram. What is happening here? Same process, the starting is same. Mr. John makes an order to sales department, and sales department creates a requirement in this shared database, or it could make a requirement, create a requirement in sales software itself, but that will be immediately updated to the shared database here, and this database will make an inquiry in inventory department. And let's see some other steps here. So in this case, in this scenario, the business processes are streamlined because of this central shared database, and this centralized database here, this database here is also called single source of truth. This is a term used by the people working on information systems, and this term is single source of truth because it is not, now there are chances, there are little chances of occurring inconsistency in the data, because all the data is coming from here, all the data is being sent to here and going from here, the single source of truth. So now let's see what happens. Mr. John makes an order to the sales department, and the sales department can check the central database directly. Instead of they do not have to contact inventory, which is again going to take time. They can directly check the central database if that product is available. So if product is available, that is fine, that's perfect. In case the products are not available, they can create a requirement where in the central database, mostly in the central database. Even if they create the requirement in their own software, if they are using ERP, that software, the software being used by sales department, is actually connected. There is an integration done between those softwares. So we can say they create a requirement in the central database itself, which is immediately visible to the production department. Now production department will now notify purchase and finance department through the same central database. And using the same database, the required raw materials will be procured through the vendor, which is again, this vendor's information is also available in this integrated or shared database. So because of this shared or centralized or integrated database, the business process got much faster. So as we saw, the benefits of using this system, this centralized approach is, and there are a lot of benefits of using this centralized approach. So let's see some of the characteristics of ERP applications. These applications link any enterprise's internal and external business process. Internal, that goes inside an enterprise, like we saw between the sales and production and purchase and many other departments, and external, the vendor, the customer. Those are external factors and external components, and ERP is linking all those components together. ERP brings the front office and back office. Again, the front office like sales, purchase, advertising, these are some of the examples of front office, whereas accounting, shipment, inventory management, these kind of tasks are performed by back office. And the connection between the front office and back office is done easily using ERP softwares. They integrate different components and thus bring silos of information together. What is silos of information? Just like we talked in the last video, we talked about island of information, that is data being created in different departments, but they are not linked to each other. They are not shared among the departments. Similar concept is silos of information. The information is there, available there, but they are isolated to each other, so not being that much useful to the organization. So ERP prevents this kind of silos of information from happening. They bring these applications bring the silos of information in a centralized place. ERPs integrate business processes including sales, manufacturing, finance, HR, supply chain, and many other business processes and many other departments together. These are some of the characteristics of ERP applications. So what are the benefits? We just saw many benefits. Just to list some of the benefits: streamlining of enterprise daily operations, automation of business process. Automation means many updates, many entries are now happening automatically. There is minimal human intervention now. So because of this, there are less chances of error now and inconsistent data. Now there is increased accuracy, efficiency and productivity. All these things are going to increase with implementation of ERP. Now there is optimized purchase. While doing the purchase, they can compare the different vendors, quotations from different vendors and many other factors through the ERP using the data in the ERP, and this makes the purchase more optimized. Similarly, optimized sales and production. Reduction in the operational cost, as we saw in the previous examples. The communication process has become smoother and faster. This is obviously going to make a huge impact in the overall operations, and this will reduce the operational cost. Higher customer satisfaction. We are continuing the benefits of ERP. So another is higher customer satisfaction. Now Mr. John is happy. Better planning for manufacturing and other departments. So manufacturing can do better planning. They can check if raw materials are available or not, what are the new order coming from the sales department, what is the situation in inventory department. These kind of things are checked in real time and they are checked frequently. So this helps in better planning for manufacturing plus other departments too. Reporting and data analysis. It can create reports. ERPs help in report generation, which is very useful for management, mid-level managers as well as higher level executives. And similarly, the data analysis tools that are available in the ERPs nowadays, these reports and data analysis help in decision making for the organization, and it increases data and network security, of course, and thus with all these benefits, the enterprise or the organization is going to have competitive advantages over other organizations in the same field. And obviously there are a few disadvantages. We won't focus on it much because compared to advantages, these are very minimal, but still if you talk about it, initially the implementation is costly, and obviously it is difficult if the change management has to be done. That is, if the organization is using old traditional method, then convincing the top level executive first and the managers and all the employees and implementing the change, that is not a simple task. So it takes time, it takes money, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of manpower. These things are there, but these are some initial hurdles, some initial difficulties. Once the implementation is in proper place, obviously the benefits are much stronger than the disadvantages. Thank you for watching this video. We'll come up with new topics in new video. Thank you.